I mean, listen to this. It sounds terrible. I'm going to show you a better way. This chord that you may have in your repertoire is come by honestly, and it's something that you are going to stumble upon at some point. And sadly, often teachers are teaching people to do this. It's a really bad chord shape. I'm going to show you how it ends up happening and a mistake that happens along the way that you should avoid. In addition to not ever playing this chord, I'm going to show you again. So we're going to start with a chord that's great. This is the baby G chord, the open G, the two-finger G. It's awesome. It's open G, open D, index finger goes to 2 on the A, and middle finger goes to 3 on the E. It's really awesome. Great chord. So everybody learns that first, and this will carry you through forever. You're going to want to learn other chords too, but this chord is used on up to the professional level. It's really great. Now here comes mistake number 1, because next you're probably going to learn this C chord, also a great chord, and you're going to learn this D chord, also a great chord. If you're not sure about chords, make sure to check out my fantastic chords and where to find them if you want an exhaustive glossary and course about that, including open chords, bar chords, all kinds of stuff. If you want to learn a really good compact set of closed position chords, check out my Mando, what do I call it? Oh, 4-fret chord formula, that's what it's called. All right, so you start out learning these, and that's great. These sound great. You can use those up to a professional level, but then here's where the problem starts to happen. Somebody's probably going to tell you, hey, if you played this G chord here, well, you could play an A up here and just play 2 of the notes. And that seems okay. And if you know nothing else, by all means, go ahead and do this. Just play it quietly because it's pretty distracting sounding, but it seems like it ought to be okay. This was a G. Can't I just play 2 fingers? I've heard of 2-note chords, right? That should be fine. And then maybe you learn a D here and you start to play maybe A and D and E and D. But you're doing these all as 2-note chords, not 2-finger chords, but literally 2-note chords. And here's where the problem happens. You cannot or you should not play 2-note chords or any chord that does not include your G string. Any chord you play needs to at least include your G string, or your G and D strings. We need at least 2 notes to be a chord anyway. Or your G, D, and A, or G, D, A, E. What you should never do, except for the weirdest of strange circumstances that you're never going to run into, what you should never do is play a chord that does not include the G string. It needs to always include that G string. The reason for that is your pick is moving in this direction, and you need to hit that bass string. If you're having to weave in and out trying to hit the notes in a chord, you're not going to play good rhythm. You're not going to support the other players, and that's the whole point of playing rhythm, is to support other players and get in a great groove that feels great. You can't do that if you're skipping your G string, so don't do that. Don't do it. So then the next thing you learn, if you get wise to this soon enough, maybe realize that's not ideal, is this thing. And it seems logical at first, and unfortunately there are a lot of teachers out there teaching people to do this. What I'm talking about here is it's a baby G chord, an open G. So that's open G, open D, 2 on the A, and 3 on the E. But then what you may be doing is then adding your ring finger to 4th fret of the G and your pinky to the 5th fret of the D. So it sounds like that now. Here it is up close. Now this is maybe better than nothing, but it sounds bad. I'm going to tell you why this sounds bad and why you shouldn't use it. To start with, just listen to this chord. It sounds bad. It's all bright, it calls a lot of attention to itself, but it doesn't have any depth to it. The reason for that is that you're playing only 2 notes out of the chord, a B, a G, a B, and a G. And that particular octave stack we get, where you have the same interval of a B and a G, and then an octave above it you have the same interval again, creates a very one-dimensional sound. It's also very distracting and rattly. That high note is a good note to have, but when you mix it with these other ones, it just starts to sound really abrasive, and you should not play any chord that doesn't sound good when you strum it or do a single chop. And that brings us to the other problem. The chop sounds terrible. Even when you do this with great technique, I'm holding my mandolin up here because I had my camera set up here for something else. for a course I'm working on coming soon, Intro to Swing Chords. It's going to be really cool. So keep an eye on this channel, like and subscribe so you don't miss it. And if you want to be on my email list, just email me, hello@playingthis.com. Should be on the screen right now, hopefully. So here we go. I'm chopping it. Sounds bad. This is a bad chord. Just don't do it. Now, if you're already doing it, don't despair. You can learn a new chord. I promise you can learn new tricks, even if you're an old dog. And I'm going to show you a replacement for it right now, because one of the main reasons you are probably using this chord is people keep telling you you need to use this chord. This is a great chord, but you don't need to use it. I do have a video on this channel, and we will link to it below, maybe put up a little thing here. And it's all about how to do this chord. Even if you have small hands, you can totally do this, but you don't have to. So often somebody's going to tell you, all right, I want you to do this chord. And that doesn't work out, so you end up doing this. Instead, just use the Steve Smith G chord. This is one of the core ideas in my 4-fret chord formula course, where you learn only 6 chord shapes and you're set for life. This is one of the 6. I'll show you right now. What you do is you actually keep 3 of the notes from that other chord that I want you to never play again. But we're keeping 3 that go together really well. So you're going to put your middle finger on the 4th fret of the G string, ring finger on the 5th fret of the D, index finger on the 2nd fret of the A, and then mute the E string. The best way to do that is to rest your pinky on it gently and mute it, but that doesn't come fast. Some people like to lean that index finger over a little bit and mute it. It's not my favorite, but it's my second favorite option. And then my least favorite, but do it if you have to, is just avoid that open E with your pick. Because we don't want to hear this, that open E. It would be a cool chord in another circumstance, but this open E just is really jarring, calls way too much attention to itself. And that's the chord. It sounds really nice and warm. We've gotten rid of that distracting high note. This note can be great, but only in the right circumstance. This is also right next door to the other chords that are in the 4-fret chord formula. So the Monroe C, the bar D, all of that stuff, it's all right there. This is a really great chord. You can use this for bluegrass, all kinds of other stuff if you want. If you want to play it in some swing or rags or fiddle tunes or all kinds of stuff, this fits right in. It makes a great chop. And it even sounds good when you strum it. So there you go. That's your replacement for that terrible, awful chord that you used to do. Or maybe I caught you in time and you haven't learned to do this terrible, awful chord and you're just never going to do it. Either way, this is the chord you want. Have a lot of fun with that. Reach out if you have questions. Love to hear what you think about chords, etc. down in the comments. Make sure to like and subscribe. If you'd like to support this channel, you can find my Venmo down in the description too and send a tip. It means a lot. What little or as much as you want. And the best way to support this channel, of course, is to watch the videos and click that like button, because it is going to cause YouTube to show the videos to more people. All right, have fun with these chords, and I will see you somewhere sometime. Bye.